I'm going to tell you the story of Oren Etzioni, a computer science professor from the University of Washington. Oren is also an entrepreneur, and his story is a fantastic example of the power of experience in successful entrepreneurship. Now, Oren's background, Oren's PhD, was focused on big data, how to manipulate large data sets. And I first ran into Oren while I was at eBay and I was evaluating his company, Decide.com, which used his experience perfectly. What Decide did was it would gather massive amounts of data on electronics products from across the internet, and then it would predict whether the price of any given product would go up, go down, or stay the same. And it would give that recommendation to its customers so that they could decide whether to buy the product now or wait, thus the name of the company. As a side note, yes, the price of electronics products actually can go up. I had no idea until I looked at his company. But this technology was very valuable for eBay. What eBay saw, what we wanted to do, was be able to use this for our sellers, not just in electronics, but expand it to all verticals so that sellers would know whether the prices of the product were going to go up or down so that they could better price their own products and have better price prediction technology. And what wound up happening, eBay bought the company. So this is a successful story, right? Oren leveraged his experience, built a company, and then sold it to eBay. That's the end, right? Well, not really. There's a lot more to this story. For some of you, what I talked about, how Decide worked, may have sounded familiar to you. And if it did, it's because there was another company called Farecast that Oren founded. And what Farecast did was it took massive amounts of data from across the internet about travel, and then it would predict for any given flight whether the price of that flight would go up, go down, or stay the same. And then it would make a recommendation to its customers whether they should buy now or wait. And that company wound up being bought by Microsoft for $110 million. Basically, what Oren did, he used his experience with big data, built a company, Farecast, that used massive amounts of data from across the internet and drew insights from it to predict pricing. He sold that company, and then he did the exact same thing again in a different vertical with eBay. This is a great success story about the value of experience, but it doesn't end there. Farecast and Decide were Oren's fourth and fifth companies. He had founded 3 other companies. One of the world's first search engines, and he sold that. The world's first comparison shopping engine, he sold that. And he also founded a company which aggregated text documents, and he sold that. Now, do you see the pattern across all 3 of those? They all leverage massive amounts of information and draw insights from that. So Oren is such a powerful example of how you can leverage your deep experience and build successful company after successful company. Now, obviously, Oren's story is an outlier. I don't expect that most of you out there are going to be entrepreneurs that, found 5, 6 successful companies. But what his story does show so clearly is that experience is incredibly important, and so that you understand the importance of having the right experience for your company.